So recently I've been watching, as you go through the scrolls on YouTube, I came across this video in America's Got Talent. It was actually, it fascinated me because it was an Australian performing in America very recently. Her name is, if I can pronounce it correctly, Astrid Johansson or Jorgensen, and she is from Brisbane, and she is a Catholic, and she was a choir master. She successfully runs not a business, but a program called pub choir. Maybe we need that in Warwick, a pub choir. We may get more people than church there. A pub choir is that she masterfully helps the people in the pub to sing along. So her act at the America's Got Talent was a lot of the time, as you know, the act is probably singing or dancing or being very creative, which has a focus on the person who is doing the act. But her act was, she had all these notes going up in the screen, and she got the crowd to sing along. So it was not her, as she's a conductor. She helped within 2-3 minutes the whole audience who was at the viewing or the filming of America's Got Talent to sing along, and very cleverly and very successfully. You could hear a harmony. And I don't think the people in that audience were all great singers, but masterfully, this young lady helped this whole community to get together and sing along. Now, this got my attention. I've been asking this question. How a community, I don't want to be too judgmental, but like in America, as we hear in the news, it's very divided community, especially in the recent days of politics and all the other economic field, when it dealing with international relationships. It's a very divided community, or at least the media gives us the impression that it is a divided community when it comes to migrants, the poor, the taxes, and things like that. And at such a time, this particular person gets up, get the people to sing, and sing in harmony. Everyone sing along and have a great time. Now, what could that be happening there? One is, there is a co-regulation and synchrony when we sing. When we sing, at least when we try to sing, we breathe together. In other words, in order to sing, we have to keep in our choir our breathing in a very balanced way. When we are in tension, if I'm in tension with Father Terry, I'll be like, Terry Hickley. Because I'm out of breath, I'm full of emotions and anger. But when we sing, we are in a very safe place. Our breath, our singing, our body language, our breathing all synchronizes. It also creates oxytocin, which is a bonding sort of hormone in our body. When we sing together, we feel the music, we feel the rhythm, and it creates in us not a tension hormone. It doesn't increase cortisol, stressed, except for the choir master probably. But for those who are singing and enjoying, it creates in our body, God-given body, oxytocin, which is a bonding hormone. And if I am asked to sing by myself, I'm scared, I don't want to sing. But when we sing together, even if I am not Mariah Carey, or even if I'm not Justin Bieber, or whoever it is, I can still sing because everyone is singing. Father Perry is singing, or I can sing too. There is a shared vulnerability. There is a shared vulnerability in choir. She can sing, I can sing. And these elements, being in a safe place, having a same breathing sense, having that sense of oxytocin, the bonding, a sense of shared vulnerability creates a choir. It brings people who are divided politically, religiously together. Because they are not, in other words, when we sing as a choir, we are not self-conscious. In our world, especially the social media, make you and me self-conscious. I see a video of racial discrimination and I feel, gee, this is happening. I have to do something. It makes me very self-conscious who I am, where I come from. I see a video of things teaching that other than Catholic teaching. It makes me very self-conscious. I'm a Catholic. How can they do this? Makes me very self-conscious. But when people sing, they are not self-conscious. They're just really bonding and enjoying. Their breathing is synchronized. They are in a safe place. The reason I take this time to get into our readings, all our 3 readings in our Mass talks about peace. But in a very, very particular way, it talks about peace. The first reading, Isaiah, is written after the Babylonian exile. The community of Israel, they were in Babylonian invasion, and after that exile, the community is still getting together as a community. They are struggling psychologically, they are struggling spiritually, they are struggling politically and financially. At this time, the prophet Isaiah speaks to them about peace, but he does not speak to them about peace as something that brings tension. He doesn't speak to them peace as a plan, but he uses these beautiful images of a mother nursing the child. God as a tender mother, and peace flowing like a river. To a community who is unrested, he is not using the image of war, taking revenge, being very protective, build high walls, don't listen to anything other than Torah, but rather he using the image of being at the bosom of a nursing mother. Peace is flowing like a river. God as a mother. This is very important. Why peace is not possible in heightened emotions. Last year I read a book called The Age of Outrage. It is by a professor in Oxford, Karthik Ramana. He says, we live in the age of outrage. What is the age of outrage? Everyone is divided between parties, Republican, Democrats, Labor, Liberal, Catholic, non-Catholic, traditional Catholic, progressive Catholics, all these divisions in our community. In an age of outrage, 3 things happen. One is the fear of the future. The AI, artificial intelligence, social media, this all makes us think, what is happening next? There is a fear of the future. How do I bring up my children? Will I send them to Catholic school or Christian school? Or will I keep them at homeschooling? What will happen to my grandchildren, great-grandchildren? There is a fear of the future because there is heightened emotions of divisions and war and factions and this progressive technology which we cannot control. Fear of the future. The second thing is perception of the raw deal. The baby boomers, they saved up the money. Look at my father, he is traveling in Europe. Look at me, I'm struggling to buy a house. It is unfair. I am losing my job. I cannot even afford to have a rental property in Warwick. So I am saying there is a perception of the raw deal. I am dealt a very bad hand. My father lived in a very good time. I am living in a very struggling time. I am done very bad. The hand God gave me is a very bad hand. And the third thing that happens is us versus them. I am become very tribal. They are Catholics, they are Christians, we are secular people. There is this division and we become very so conscious of dissimilarities. In this heightened emotion, peace is not possible because there is no dialogue. There is only black and white. He is right, I am wrong. But life is not black and white. It is nuance. A lot of things we don't get it right. Marriages are not perfect. Priesthood is not perfect. Church is not perfect. Life is not perfect. We get sick. We lose people when they are young. We have breakdown in our marriages. We have to walk away. Tensions in family. It's not black and white. We need wisdom. We need empathy. We need to bring each other's breathing level to a safe level. We have to become a mother who nurses her child even in midnight. Even when she's so tired, she's prepared for caring and listening and loving. We need to embrace the peace of Christ, which is cross. And in cross we see sacrifice. And then peace will gently flow through the ups and downs of life. Amen.